What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Bobby Marz, and you're in tune with It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT. Get it poppin'.
Alright, sickos. Zuka here. Time to cut the bullshit. It's time for It's Just Music with LB Sickning. Now I know something technical's gonna go wrong during this video. Just about every episode has a fuck up. And if you can catch it, write it down in the comments. Enjoy the show. Yeah.
I see the signals, it's simple, blue splatter symbols. It's across the soldier's chest. Crime scene is just a riddle. Implications, it's a murder. Suspect his own brother. There's 100 ways to die. He used pressure, pedal, smother. Hey, why'd you go do that? I told you once I'm a real cool cat until you double cross me. And then you go and lost me. A Polaroid, a picture perfect till I look behind the curtain. Now I know that shit was worth it. Now I know that shit's for certain. Homie, where they do that and my heart's gone numb and your brain's gone split. Ain't nothing but a sewer red. I guess they call me Shredder's cat. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, watch them every Saturday. Brotherly love is child's play till we took his life away. With all this time we put in, just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give.
Hey, Chris Ballou from the Presidents of the United States of America.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? This is Wishbone, both of us motherfucking Harlem.
Yo, what up? It's Jerry Robinson with Strange Music.
I'm Batman Ponder.
Yo, what up, Campo? It's your boy Smo.
Woo, Razor Ray here in the face.
You're watching It's Just Music.
What's up, what up, world? It's your boy True Will in the building, man. Y'all already know what's going on. There's a whole lot of dang shit going on my side, you feel me?
Yo, this is Scum here with Lyrical Snuff Productions out of Denver, Colorado.
Yo, what's happening? This Pope from Project Born, and it's Just Music, and you rockin' with SicKKo ENT.
What up? It's Cody Master, repping LSU.
Man, this is A.O. Dre, and you are watching Just Music.
I'm Jason Duz from Double Dare Entertainment, and you're watching It's Just Music.
It's your boy Cognito. You're watching It's Just Music.
LB Sickning, SicKKo Entertainment.
What's up? This is Frank Nitty from Project Born, and it's Just Music.
Your boy Chuckles, the headhunter clown here.
Yeah, what up, Chuck? My boy LB Sickning.
And it's Just Music.
See that, son? What up, y'all? LB Sickning making another video for my sickos. And today, I'm doing a pretty dope show, man. I got a member of the original Dark Lotus. So, I don't know all the details to the story. Maybe he'll tell us in the interview, you know what I'm saying? Originally, Psychopathic Records let out a group called Dark Lotus, right? The original album was a red cross. I got the cross tattooed right here, you know what I'm saying? It's like a juggalo curse. Most people that have that tattoo, I don't think I've ever seen one that's like a really good tattoo, you know what I'm saying? Most of them are fucked up. Hundreds of them that I've seen. So later down the line, they re-released Dark Lotus. It was like a gold edition. You know what I'm saying? And Marz wasn't on the album. Anybody Killer replaced him. And in fact, there was a slight diss to Marz. You know, It's a really big honor to have this dude on my show. I mean, I got Dark Lotus tattooed all over my body. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to ask him some questions and see what's up with. So let's get into this and play this first track that he sent in. He sent me in some of his newer music. You know what I'm saying? Story goes that he ended up becoming a born-again Christian. So this isn't exactly Dark Lotus music, but it's still dope. So let's get into it, right? Bobby Marz, Masterpiece. Check it out.
Only got positive vibes. Look at the view from the cloud. I can see through how to fake it in front and they ain't no fully alive.
So it's pretty dope, right? He still got it, that's for sure. So what really made me want to hit him up, you know what I'm saying? Because I could have hit this dude up like a long time ago to get on the show, right? What made me want to hit him up was I was on the internet and I was watching MC Snacks and MC Lars. Shout out to them. They did a podcast about the old Dark Lotus and shit. So if you haven't seen it, here's a little clip, and then make sure you go watch the full show after mine's over.
Apparently Marz, he says in an interview, we can link in the description, he brought like I think 2 duffel bags because he had a collection of occult books. So that was probably a huge part of like the specific occult references. Violent J also wrote about in a post promoted the album how he got a bunch of books off of his brother who acquired a bunch of these crazy occult books in like his time over in Saudi Arabia and the war and stuff. So it's wild, man.
So there's a line, shaketh the wilderness of Kadesh, which you say Kadesh is also referenced, backmast. That's from Psalm 29:8. And Kadesh is seen as one of the origin places of the Israelites. And geographically, it's supposed to be on the southern border of Canaan and the kingdom of Judah. So there you go, talking about like some ancient origins. And the unknown apocalypse of the 7 churches, you said is a reference to what from the book of Revelation?
Yeah, I think that's got to be a reference to the book of Revelation, because in that, you know, Jesus has instructions for John of Patmos, who I think many believe is the Apostle John, to write to the 7 churches in, I forget what the 7 churches of, it's Turkey now. I'll put a note up where it is, but it's the 7 churches of of a certain area. And, you know, it's a part of Revelation, which is, you know, the apocalyptic literature at the end of the Bible. So talking about the amalgamation of all kinds of esoteric things, exoteric things, we get Aleister Crowley references followed by the book of Psalms, followed by the book of Revelation. You know what I mean?
The amalgamation is also like purposefully the beginning and end of the Judeo-Christian religion, Kadesh, the birth of the Israelites, and then the book of Revelation, how the story begins and ends. And I mean, that's what's interesting, because it's like the 6 Jokers cards are ending, but they're also referencing the beginning. So it's like, I don't know, maybe that's totally reading into it academically, but I think that's tight. Like
100%, man. Who knows? Because this is an academic album in many ways.
Yeah, it's nerdcore. This is their nerdcore record.
Let's go ahead and get into some of this interview. Check this out.
Hey, yo, this DJ Clay.
What's up? What's up? What's your name, man?
LB Sickning, man. Welcome to It's Just Music. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the people that don't know who you are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marz. Bobby Marz.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? A legend in the Juggalo world for sure. You know what I'm saying? You were on the original Dark Lotus album, man. You want to talk about that at all?
That's what I hear, bro.
Yeah, man.
You could add, like whatever you want to know. I'll let you know what I remember from it, or whatever you want to know. I'll talk about anything, man. Ain't nothing off bounds.
All right, that's what's up, man. We'll get into it then. What first got you into music?
I've been into music since as far back as I can remember, and like literally from like my earliest age, like 4 or 5 years old, I was into music. And bro, I've tried to quit music so many times. Like I've had a very eclectic career besides of what I did with ICP. I was signed to Korn's label. I was in an industrial metal band called Ministry. I've had my own record labels. I've ran a label called $1 Billion Ballers. Like I was in, you know, so I've done a ton of stuff in music, and so many times I just wanted to quit, but you can't. It's like if it's a calling on you, it always comes back.
Yeah.
You can postpone it, you know what I mean? But you can't outrun it. You can't get away from it. It's something that's put in you from outside of this life, I believe. And I think your life lessons are attached to it. So the sooner you go along with that thing that's calling you, you know, that deepest desire of your heart, the sooner you go along with it, the sooner you get all the lessons that you're supposed to learn from this life.
Yeah, it's definitely a gift and a curse, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
So who inspired you to make music?
When I was younger, like growing up, you know, I'm from the old school of hip hop. So when I first started, it was the Beastie Boys, LL Cool J, Run DMC, which then later turned into Public Enemy, NWA, Tupac, which then later turned into 50 Cent. And I just love gangster music, you know? And at the same time, I liked heavy music, but I didn't really relate to the lyrics. You know, like when I was younger, I listened to Slayer and like Metallica and Exodus and and a lot of punk music like DRI, and I love really intense music, but I loved the vibe of hip hop. I loved what hip hop was saying, but I loved the energy of intense music. And so the first time that I went on tour was with this band Ministry. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Like Ministry are legends, bro, of like industrial metal, industrial rock, and seeing the energy of a show, or like a thrash show, when you see the crowd just going bananas. But then at least at the time when you're doing hip hop shows, it wasn't the same, you know, not the same energy. It could still be exciting, but not like when you got a band and there's a mosh pit and people are going crazy. So for me, it was always a matter of joining those two together. So from the earliest time when I started making music, it'd have both. I would program the drums, make like trap, rap beats, but then play heavy guitars over, you know. So that's how I got doing in what I was doing, especially like my first album, Love for Moshi. It was just like super intense, heavy. I think somebody at the time when it came out, there was an interview or some magazine said that I was like the bastard child of DMX, and I can't remember who else, or like DMX on acid or something.
Hell yeah. You definitely stood out in Dark Lotus. You know what I'm saying? Myself included, there's a lot of juggalos that feel that the original Dark Lotus group was the best. I mean, all of my life at times, all of my crimes, they got me looking for the sign that God's alive. You know what I'm saying? Like those lyrics stood out, in my opinion, better than anybody else that was in the group, man. How did you first come across Insane Clown Posse? How did you get involved in Dark Lotus?
Yo, this track's called Marz. Beautiful music. Indeed it is. Check it out.
Y'all already know, man. It's like to get a little money and want to show out. Talking about how you eating. Guess you forgot where you came from, huh? Allow me to remind you. I had a prayer for my breakfast. I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music. I had a prayer for my breakfast. I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music. I mean, the truth is, everybody ruthless. You in that run zone, they can leave you ruthless. Swimming with sharks and the most thinking they too slick. Prove it, I don't trust nobody's word but the Lord. Matter of fact, this is finna be a triple-double. I'm trouble cause the level that you playing, that's the devil's. And I came with bullets from the cannon, busting at the enemy, praying it's doing damage. So what's up, Joe? I mean, what up, though? Ain't no wolfing in the trenches, so what's up, bro? So why these Larrys, they pretending that they cutthroat? You looking suspect, I'm here to let you know. This is war music, bump it, let it bang out. Revolution worldwide, shots is finna ring out. Yeah, that pain will bring the man out. So man up, let it bang out. Prayer for my breakfast, I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music. I had a prayer for my breakfast, I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music. I don't know your nation, but I know the truth. You know the feeling when your owner's busting at your coupe. It's quite revealing when a villain show you how to move, cause you getting sent off like you was a send-off. If they lie for you, they gon' lie to you. And if they steal for you, best believe they steal from you. I mean, it's really elementary, my dear. If you ain't fighting for us, you against us. Be prepared for the worst. This a warning to the nations. God coming that he in the form of revelation. Ha! That mean you don't know what you facing. 5 finna push out all that fakeness we debating. Ain't nothing funny round here. Hey, look, when Buddy acting gully, bring that dummy round here. Ain't no Ferraris or Bugattis round here, round here. Bring that lake back my city, fill it with tears. I had a prayer for my breakfast, I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music. I had a prayer for my breakfast, I know I'm a sinner. Dreams for my lunch and hope for dinner. If we let them take that, then they win and we lose. And I don't know why, but the pain make beautiful music.
Hey, yo, Marz, green light, man.
Yeah, this show was pretty dope and unexpected. Real talk. It was the first time I seen that one. Yeah, it was pretty raw. Man, it's dope to get to talk to this dude, for real. Dark Lotus has been in my life for a really, really long time. You know what I'm saying? I still bump that shit. It's been years since that CD came out. Before we get into this interview, you know what I'm saying? I know in the last show I showed you the book that I was just put in. Shout out to Mike Shepard, you know what I'm saying? Book's up there, you know what I'm saying? But this is a brand new magazine that I just got, you know what I'm saying? This is September 22 edition. I bought it in a book because I want to keep it, make sure it lasts a little longer, you know what I'm saying? But this is a Ninth Wonder magazine, Blaze Hunter, you know what I'm saying? Signature Series Network. They made a new magazine. Right. I love that cover too, you know what I'm saying? The cover's dope, especially knowing Blaze is kind of a Christian artist, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he does secular music too, but he makes a lot of references to like God and stuff in his music. Anyway, I got a whole spread in that thing. Don't that look dope? You know what I'm saying? And I'm right next to Blaze. I want to show you something else that's cool in the mag. You can see Blaze, you know what I'm saying? Blaze with an award for them 100,000 plays and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is my track. I own this track, and he's on it with me and Lil Flip. It's called I'm a Sicko. And then I'm on this track. He owns that one. Got my old rap partner Rife on it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's called Shout Out to the Struggle. Make sure y'all check that out if you ain't never heard it. Congrats, Blaze. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 plays on the Spotify. Anyway, man, let's get into some more of this interview. What up, y'all? This is LB Sickning, and you're watching Signature Series Network, the home of my new show. It's just music. Make sure you check me out. Woo-woo.
LB Sickning. SicKKo ENT.
Yeah, I got 5 kids in the house, an ex-wife that won't shut her mouth, 3 babies I don't get to see. I got child support and they're bothering me. I got bills stacking high to the ceiling. Got a hoopty for a ride, this is how I feel. And I'm stuck in this town, got nowhere to go. I really wanna get out, I got new headphones.
These headphones, they take me to a place so far away, and I travel every day, don't wanna come back unless that music stays. These headphones, they calm my nerves when I'm feeling like dirt, or when I let somebody get hurt, or when I wanna hurt myself, when I'm just having one of them days. These headphones, they take me to a place so far.
So at the time, I was signed to a label out of New York, and we were looking for a tour for me to go on. I just got done recording Lung Fu Mo Shi, my first album, and which I just re-released. So you guys can find it on Spotify or wherever your favorite stream is. But at the time, we were looking for a tour, and I never heard of ICP. So I get the call from the label, and they're like, yo, we got this tour. You know, and I was trying to go on a rap tour, on a hip-hop tour. And I'm like, who is it? And they're like, you know, Insane Clown Posse. And I'm like, well, what's that? Like, is it rap? You know, and they're like, yeah, it's rap music. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, let's do it. And at the time, the first tour we went on, it was $1,000 a show that I had to pay, right? So for 12 shows, it was 12 grand to be on that tour. And my first experience with Juggalos was that first show, bro. Like, I had no idea, you know? And I believe, if I'm correct, this was like way before internet and Googling and stuff. So it wasn't just as simple as me just going on the internet and just finding out everything I can about something, right?
Right.
Like, I heard about it, and I think it was I told my brother, I have a younger brother, I was like, yo, I'm on a tour with somebody named ICP. And he was like, what? You going on what? Like he was a fan, but I didn't know anything about them, you know? And so that first tour, actually the first night was my first experience. You know, the Juggalos are not too fond of opening acts that are not ICP, you know what I'm saying? And so we were backstage, and we went on right before ICP, and whoever was the first act that went on, dude got hit in the head with the glass ashtray, bro. So I can't remember where we were, what little city or whatever, But these fools at the venue left those big, thick glass ashtrays out.
Yeah.
And somebody threw it. And so they started playing. We're backstage, and I hear them playing, you know, and they're doing their thing. Like second song, music cuts off. They come back, dude's holding his head. They come in the back room, and they're like cussing and just like, man, this crowd sucks, man. Rah, rah, you know, and I'm like, what happened? You know, they're like, somebody hit me in the head with an ashtray. So I'm like, oh, snap. So my perspective, my energy was, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have to handle this crowd. So pretty much that whole tour, the first thing, because they hate you, you know what I'm saying? Like if juggalos don't know who you are and they're just there to see ICP, man, you better be something spectacular. At least at that time, like it has to be something so magnificent,
right?
Because they're there to see ICP, bro. And so what I learned from that first show, because I've toned down a lot in the years, but I was very aggressive. I was very, very much about that, you know, energy. So it worked out because I would go there and I would confront people. I would jump in the crowd out, and then as soon as they would see I'm not having it, they would show love back. And it was like that every night. Like every night I would come out there and it was like with a bunch of, it was like going into the wilderness and I had to prove myself. And then once you prove yourself, they accept it. And then we were, say that again?
Pay them dues.
Yeah, you got to pay those dues, man. You got to earn that respect, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so during that first tour, I think it was the Bizarre tour, about maybe 5 or 6 shows in, Jay comes backstage one night, him and Shaggy, and they were like, yo, man, like, I really like what you're doing, bro. Like, we're doing this side project. It's been in the works for years. It's called Dark Lotus. And me and Shaggy think you would really be good in it, bro. Like, your voice is crazy. Like, I think you would fit in it. And I was like, well, what is it? And he said, oh, it's dark. You know, it's all about, like, the wicked thing. You know, and I didn't know, like, the whole culture of that, bro. I had no idea about it. So I was, like, discovering it as we were on tour, you know, and seeing what it was. Like, I wasn't familiar with their music. I didn't know who Twisted was. I didn't know any of that. So I was like, well, what's it about? What's this project about? And he's like, oh, it's about like dark magic and blah, blah, blah. And at the time I was really into that, but for real.
Right.
And I like really was about that.
Right.
And which I'm not any longer.
Yeah. I heard you turned into a newborn Christian and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, we could talk about that, you know, and I don't think I'm a Christian like you think I'm a Christian or what Christianity actually is. I don't believe in hell. I think it's complete bullshit. It's a lie that they use to just put fear into you. It's got nothing to do with God. It's a man-made thing to enslave you.
I've played every track and paid attention to your lyrics. You believe like I do.
Cool. Yeah. Which I think the most people do because most of us are not psychopaths that would think God would do something like that. Right. But anyway, so then Jay was like, you know, you should try, you know, come and do this. You know, we're gonna do this album, man. Like the fans have been waiting it for a long time, and we've been kind of waiting for somebody, and we think you're that dude, you know. And I thought, all right, cool, let's see what happens. So we got done with that tour, and he's like, let's start recording. And so at the time, I was driving from Chicago to Detroit, and I was staying with Jay. So I would go there. We would record for a couple of days. I would spend the night at his house for those days. I would drive back to Chicago. A couple of days later, we would come back, you know, and that was when I met everybody at the studio, Blaze and Twisted and other people that hung out at the time. And I had brought, like I had all these books, bro. Like I had these deep books. I brought 2 duffel bags filled with books. And it was funny because at first, like I can't remember which song it was. I think it was the one where I was talking about nuns. I got visions of nuns. And when I did that verse, right? So we would be writing our verses together. And sometimes we would show each other, but at this particular time we didn't. We were just like, the beat's playing. They had the chorus idea, and I were writing the verses. I go in there to do my verse, and I spit it the first time, right? And it was one of the dudes from Twisted. I can't remember which one, but he hits a recorder, like, you know, the microphone to speak to me, and he's like, man, fam, I think you're gonna have to change those lyrics. Like, I ain't trying to go to hell for an album, bro. Like, he's like, that's too much. Like you're going too far with it, you know? And Jay was like, no, like, that's it. Like, you ain't going too far. Like, that's your thing. And I'm like, man, this is what I got, and I'm cool with it if this is what we release. You know what I mean? But it's y'all album. You figure out if you want me to change this or not. And Jay decided not to change it, you know? So my whole thing was going hard, you know? Like I would listen to it, see where I was at mentally, psychologically, and go hard with it. And when we got done with that album, Jay asks me, you know, and this was kind of jacked up, you know, and in hindsight, all of us are jacked up. All of us had trauma. All of us were trying to like cope with life and cope with trying to live our dreams and then deal with relationships and smoking weed and partying and you know, you step on each other's toes. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I knew that, I already knew that like this stuff doesn't last, man. You know, like it's very rare that this could last, especially a couple albums or something. People just butt heads too much. So we get done with that album and Jay was like, yo, why don't you come on tour with us? You ain't gonna have to pay for it. Come on the bus with us. You could sell your CDs there, you know, get a fan base going, da-da-da-da. I just really want you to be a part of this. And I was like, you sure about that, bro? You know, like I'll be on the bus with you and stuff. Like, that's your bus, bro. And he's like, nah, come with. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. So then after that happened, he kept trying to get me to paint my face, right? Like, so he would, I mean, bro, so many times we'd be driving to the studio. He's like, bro, for this tour, you got to paint your face. And I'm like, nah, that's your thing, bro. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that would look like I'm trying to bite your style. Like, that's your thing, my man. Like, you do that.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, he asked me like a handful of times, definitely over 5 times, right? And over and over. And then one day we had picked up Shaggy, and when Shaggy got in the car, Shaggy was like, or Jay was like, Shaggy, tell him, bro, like, we're gonna go on this tour. It's gonna be a package deal. He should paint his face too. It's fun. Like, you're gonna have a blast. Cause I never did that before.
Right.
And I never performed my face like that. So he told Shaggy, like, come on, Shaggy, tell him he should do it. And Shaggy was like, come on, man, just do it. Be a part of this thing. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. Right. And I ended up doing it for that tour. What was bogus about that is when that book, Jay's book came out, he said in the book, he made it sound completely the opposite of that, bro. He made it sound like I bit that style. You know what I mean? Like, I was the one that wanted to do it. And what was crazy about it is, like, I didn't want to do it at all. And he talked me into it. Now, the reason I mentioned that and what I was saying about trauma, I know that that incident, all the incidents that happened between me and ICP later, that I never had no beef with Twisted. I believe all the beef that's between Twisted and ICP is the fact that we're all dealing with trauma, man. We all got this childhood trauma and we're trying to cope with life the best we can. And it ends up in beef. You know what I'm saying? It ends up with clashing with other people. It ends up in these negative situations because we weren't grown enough yet to understand how to deal with it like mature men.
Right. 100%.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tom Putnam. I'm one of the directors of the ICP documentary, The United States of Insanity, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
The thing is, juggalos aren't a gang.
Right.
This morning, the ACLU filed a federal lawsuit challenging the designation of a musical fan base as a criminal gang.
I'd like to introduce the plaintiffs, the Insane Clown Posse.
We're going to war with the FBI. We made USA Today's worst album of the year, GQ's worst artist of all time.
We embrace the hate.
People hate what they don't understand.
Juggalos are still a group that is reviled and misunderstood.
We're just one big family. We look out for each other.
All of your family.
His music isn't for moms.
The FBI designation is unprecedented.
The ACLU, they don't play.
And it wasn't just about representing a bunch of people who painted their face.
Our daughter's 4 years old, so are they going to consider her a gang member?
This is a case that is important enough to go to the Supreme Court.
It's fair to say that some were gang members. You know, the music is violent.
If this were to happen to a band that America liked, the country would be up in arms about this.
I'm an attorney. Can I speak to you? Are you with the ATF?
We should point out one of them flicked us off on his way out.
Stop and take us out of the equation. Look what they're saying.
I am not a gang member.
I am not a gang member.
I am not a gang member.
If having bad taste in music was a crime, every parrot head in the world would be on the gang list.
If the government can target a group of people based on their musical taste, it can target a group of people based on any reason at all.
You're making history. We're the good guys here today.
If we don't do something about it, who's next? Where would it stop?
Without these freedoms, we are not the United States of America.
The message is simple. Mr. Cooper, the owner and founder of SicKKo Entertainment Incorporated, prides himself on family and searching... Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, yo. Check it out, man. The next song is Bobby Marz, Amazing Grace. Check it.
Amazing grace, how sweet. I got some fun if they stepping up. I ain't tripping on a mission, you can't tell me none. I found secrets that they trying to keep away from us. I keep speaking cause the words creating nebulas. We out here making a move, it's better to hide a few. They wanna feel you live, but they ain't buying them cool. I got my share of the bruises, watching the vision of crew. Everything nothing but grace, yo, shout out the one and salute. I'm all in, 300%, front set focus lit. Never stop, keep it stepping till the matrix start to bend. I don't fit, yeah I'm different, that's the way that I came in. Had to lose, feel the pain, now I'm breezing in my skin. In the zone, breaking all the rules, that just what it do. I ain't choose, since a youngin' I was made 100 proof. With a pop that was gutter, always playing with a two. Had to learn from them bruises, some ain't make it through that school. Now I'm running through the game, know the pleasure and the pain. Yeah I changed, how you expect someone alive to stay the same? What's your aim? Critics talk, cause it's easy to complain. But the view, keep it moving, getting scraped up in the rain. Killing fit, till we never scared, hands up in the air. How you want the lesson, gentlemen, a savage, say it clear. Let it breathe, standing naked, mask off, attitude, that's a fact, ain't no going back, salute to the past. I know the hell thing is our lives, the freedom is a wild ride, and they gon' try to shut you down when you see life with God's eyes. But I say, come on, higher, come on, higher, come on, higher, come on, higher. Yeah, that logo, do that, fire. We don't come down, we go. Sinner or saint, you decide, chest stop, no pretend. If I did it, then I'm in it, no regrets. No my right and wrongs, from Detroit to LA, I was lit. Had to burn some bridges, light the way, that's just what it is. I've been shook, that's the price of life, won't learn that from a book. There's some pain, that's gonna change your life forever, make you break. No mistakes, everything is great, even when you sway. Had some hate, till I found the enemy inside of me. Been a king from the start, got a call, never stop. I don't trust a thing they tell me, still here writing my own plot. I can still relate, walking through a mansion or the block. If I did it all again, I don't think I'd change a thing. It's that fire in the veins, opposite of tame. I ain't with that, he said, I'ma say it to your face. I've been up the chain, steady walking through the flames. Had to lose my way to find myself up in the maze. I know the hell thing is our lives, the freedom is a wild ride, and they gon' try to shut you down when you see life with God's eyes. But I say, come on, higher, come on, higher, come on, higher, come on, higher. Yeah, that logo, do that, fire. We don't come down, we go.
What I just seen in the book that I didn't even realize, you know what I'm saying? The homie Johnny Blaze, you know what I'm saying? DJ Johnny Blaze is in the book with me. DJ Johnny D has chopped and screwed a lot of my music, you know what I'm saying? We're actually working on like a whole album of nothing but chopped and screwed music. I like Texas music, you know what I'm saying? I got a song with a little flip, makes sense. Anyways, man, that last track was dope. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I did. Let's get into some more of this interview.
Yo, this is Eddie Cuts, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo Entertainment. Salute.
What's up? What up, world? It's your boy True Will in the building, man. Y'all already know what's going on. There's a whole lot of gang shit going on my side. You feel me?
Came up from broke where they didn't have no hope, and you didn't have no dope, then you out on the ropes. And I ran in the stop sign, so I had to go. I had the holes in my shoes, so I had to make moves. Had to start bottom, I paying my dues, and I break out the bottles, I'm making it move.
I want you to go check out my GFM project that just dropped. You feel me? It just hit all streaming platforms, Trill Will -GFM or Trill Will GFM. It'll get you to it.
It live like the motto of making a movie, but bitch, you truly got the bottom of Uzi. Lil Uzi Vert going up like they shooting and shout out my locals be rolling, they moving my little money on Vert, give a damn who it hurt. They dealing Mathis, I'm flipping that work.
You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Live Mixtapes TSO. Shout out to Real Life Music. Shout out to Black Executive Triad, Celebrity Status, Full Circle Music Group, and all the conglomerate and Savage Life Entertainment, all the people who help and look out and do their thing with us and combine we make the superpower, you know what I'm saying, to make shit happen.
Can't you need junkie the first and the third? First I learned to hustle days in the church. Child of Miss Mary for giving me birth. If you play with a son and you in the hearse, I'm hoping you dig it a new shovel. If I knew a little better, I'd do better. But listen, I go with the new sweater. Now I think a little better, I see a little better.
And I want to say, man, I want y'all to understand that y'all need to tap in to this. It's just music, man, and it's a real live movement, and we on Signature Series, man. Let's go.
Trillion repping them 3 letters. Interior kitted with new leather. Now I'm shooting these movies, don't need a Beretta. I'm trapping the music, that's even better. I just had to do it, I'm cracking, that's better. Red bottoms, I walk me a bloody life. So cutthroat, I'm living the cutty life. I'm finna be rich, got some rolling right.
I had hoes in my clothes, now I reach and go, stay down, and you gon' see more. Got it out the bowl, ain't no pay shows, go hard, and that's all we know.
That's something I was going to ask you. Though Anybody Killer did a good job on the remake. I think it's the song "Bitch I'm Sexy." There was a diss to you in the remake where it goes, "Yo, hey, yo, Marz, you ain't Lotus, and you know this, bitch." Remember?
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that.
So, what was, in your opinion, what was that about, and how did that make you feel? And do you have anything you want? Now that time's gone by, do you have anything that you'd like to say? Because you never know, he might see this. You know what I'm saying?
No way. It made me do a diss back. I did 2 disses.
I saw that
back. So I did Diary of a Madman, and I think The Real Dark Lotus.
Right.
And no, it upset me, you know, because at that time it triggered me, right? Like, yo, like I'm not even a part of that anymore. Like, why you got to mention my name? And actually, Jay just did that not that long ago, like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He did it again. Like, I haven't talked to dude in like a decade or something. And he brought me up and put my picture in the video to make sure that I knew it was me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that time I didn't get triggered. So the first time I got triggered, and I did 2. I think the raw diss tracks, bro. Like, I don't know if you ever heard Diary of a Madman. Like, it's raw. I had lost it just the other day when I re-released Lung Fu Moshi. Somebody sent it to me, and I was like, damn, it still goes hard, you know. The second time he dissed me, like, I was like, why, bro? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? I got no I got no energy for that. I got no animosity. I think I think we click to a certain extent, and there's a type of hurt you get when things fall apart. And I think he's still feeling a certain way about it, you know. In a positive light, it encouraged me.
Good.
Right? So when I heard him say it, it totally encouraged me, man. And you know, now I'm naturally driven anyway, and I write a ton of music. And so I was kind of flattered, like, oh dang, Joe, he's still thinking about me. You know what I mean? And people wrote me, they're like, bro, he's talking about you because he misses you, you know? And so I got no beef with them. Man,
well, it's kind of like in the interview Violent J did about the Eminem beef. He's like, why would Eminem, who's way up here, diss ICP, who's way down here? That's because Slim Anus hurt him. It hurt his feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why would he diss you 10 years later? It's obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, and honestly, man, the last thing I want in my life right now is drama, bro.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about any type of drama. As soon as I sense some negativity happening and stuff, man, God bless you. I got nothing to do with that, man. I want to raise my family. I want to raise my kids. I want to make my music. I want to do my videos. I want to do music that can encourage you to go skydiving and to be to live your dreams. I want to put out stuff into this world like that. Right. If we could do that together, I'm down.
100.
If there's something you got against me or something, yo, that's cool. You know, like we not for everybody, you know? And so I'm like that. I got nothing against anybody killing. I actually saw, even after I did my diss, because I didn't mention anybody by name, but I kind of did at the end, like talked about, you know, describe them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I was upset. Like I thought anybody killer has something to do with that, which he didn't. Bro, he's one of the nicest guys in the history of the world. Like,
very humble man. Yeah, I've met
yeah,
him.
man. You know, like he ain't never had nothing to do with none of that. So where I'm at with them is that, man. God bless y'all. I hope they keep going, bro. Like I hope they can live their dream. They're living it. Keep living it, Joe. Keep living it, Shaggy. Until like the final sunset. Do your thing. Bless you guys. If I have any type of energy that's positive, that can help uplift you and heal you and strengthen you, encourage you, and get you to the next level of life, man, I pass it to you. Other than that, I got nothing to say about it, you know?
Yo, man, that's an honor to have a message from Marz to my music heroes on my show. That's the shit. That's the shit. Fuck yeah, I hope he sees that, you know what I'm saying? And Jay, you know what I'm saying? I love you, dude. Thank you for getting me on the Gong Show. I probably wouldn't still be going if it wasn't for you, dude. Real talk, it's like the Joker. You know the joke, you know, the rapper, the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, everybody hates that dude, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I kind of admire him because though he's dissed the Juggalos, though he's kind of acted like an ass, he doesn't give up. And nobody hates Juggalos more than other Juggalos. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And we're a family. We're gonna fight. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into some more questions about just your music. Let's get off the Dark Lotus subject. I appreciate this, bro. If you could open up for anybody, alive or dead, who would it be?
Tupac. Like Tupac is one of my all-time heroes, like ever. Like I would say, if somebody that influenced me, like raised me, I would say Tupac. Second after that, right now, would be Kanye West. I'm a huge fan of Kanye, bro. I love that he's insane. Like people think he's crazy, you know. He's a fellow Chicagoan. I think he's a genius. I appreciate his music. I appreciate his philosophy. I appreciate his work ethic, man. I don't know if most people realize how hard it is to achieve what that man has achieved with his life. Love him or hate him. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what you do, as I'm sure you know, you're going to get people that hate you. The only way that you could keep people from hating you is if you lock yourself in the closet, shut the door, never come out, never let the world know you're alive. But even then, once they find out you're there, they're going to hate you for being a coward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can never prevent the hate. And I know a lot of people hate him, but if I could open up for somebody today, it would be Kanye.
Yeah. I just did a cartoon for 1 Ton of Potluck, and it's called Cushion Kanye, I do believe. It was his 420 song. I did the whole cartoon. It was like a 12-minute long cartoon. I did that bitch in like 3 days.
Cushion Kanye, thank you for listening. When I think back at all the shows and all the cities and all the states and all the different places I've been to, all the smoking circles and bong hits and blunts and joints, this is Triple M10, and I probably smoke with 10,000 of you out there. So thank you for listening and thank you for supporting and showing love. And shout out to my musical hometown, the birthplace of this marijuana grow rap, Humboldt County, California.
You do graphics?
Yeah, I cheat. You know what I'm saying? I got a program I use, and then I got a buddy that helps me and stuff. But yeah, bro, hit me up for sure.
Oh, no, that's what's up.
I've done a couple.
Not cheating, bro. Getting it done is not cheating.
Right. I've done a couple for shout out to Big Smo. Big Smo, I did a couple of his videos, Titan Time, and there's another one. And I think he's still got one that he hasn't let out. I've done a bunch of cartoons. Cartoons are fun for me to do. And I do pretty cheap. You're not going to find anybody cheaper than me.
Man, do me a favor. When we're done with this, just send me an example and send me some prices, bro, because I want to look. I'd love to look at that.
I need the work. That's what's up. What's one message that you would like to give your fans, only your fans, the rest of the world can't hear it?
Oh, I don't know if I have a specific message for my fans, because my fans have been changing, and I feel like the world is my fans. So like coming into it, I did a very intense style of music, right? That was very, very much for, you know, I don't know, my mom listened to it, but it's not really for grandmas and stuff. Maybe now it is, because grandma's a gangster now, right? But back in the day, it wasn't really like that. My initial fans were into my very intense music, you know, but my whole time I've grown. It's super hard for me to stay in one lane, bro. So it went from, you know, super aggressive, intense music to more gangster music to like super black boy music to then kind of I try to do pop music with $1 Billion Ballers. We had an album called Candyland. To then I started doing Christian music. To then, you know, I think I released like 3 or 4 Christian projects plus the random singles. And then where I'm at right now, I'm back to doing intense music.
Yeah.
I had an incident with COVID early in the year and I almost died, bro. I was jacked up for 3 months. But there was one particular night, New Year's Eve, heading to the hospital, hallucinating from COVID. I didn't even know that could happen. And then later my doctors told me that COVID is actually a psychotropic virus, that it affects some people and you hallucinate, right? So I'm in my bathtub taking a bath. I had a fever for 2 weeks. And bro, I was coughing up blood and I was hallucinating myself doing a stand-up special on Netflix, bro. I watched the whole thing. It was about 30 minutes long and I was fucking hilarious, bro. It was, and I'm just watching it, right? I had my eyes closed in the bathtub, watching myself, and it was the most honest and truest that I had ever been in my life. Now, I know a lot of people, we like to say that we keep it real, right? Nah, I keep it real. I ain't hiding nothing. I don't wear no mask. Bullshit. Everybody, all of us have been programmed to wear different masks depending on the situation, right?
For sure.
We cater to it. That's just a part of life, and hopefully we outgrow that. For me, being in that bathtub, watching myself, I thought, man, that's the truest me right there that I've ever seen. Like I never saw myself that naked and honest and raw and vulnerable, right? Because growing up, like vulnerable, like you act vulnerable, you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be vulnerable. You better be hard and you better hold your own and you can't be vulnerable, bro. But anyway, so that was the truest I saw myself. And then on the way to the hospital, I got all this fear. And I thought like, man, what if I die? Who's going to raise my boys? I have 7-year-old twins. And who's going to be with my wife? Like, what's going to happen? And as I was feeling this fear internally, it felt like I fell through it. I felt underneath it. And when I fell underneath it inside, it was just total bliss and peace, bro. And it was like the deepest, truest, calm peace that you can't express to nobody that I've ever felt. So both of those things that I experienced that night, and I didn't know.
You're back.
Are you still there?
Yep, you're good. Go ahead.
Now, I didn't know if I was going to die or not, but I knew it didn't matter. I knew that if I lived or I didn't live, my kids are going to be okay. My wife's going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. Life's going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay and perfect, no matter if I live or die, right? That type of peace. So I got better, thank God, right? And better than ever. I came back home and it took me, a couple months to recover. But as soon as I got back home, all of a sudden, I started playing guitar. All of a sudden, these parts of myself that I didn't even know, that I wasn't conscious, that I was repressing, right? That perhaps religion was helping me and taught me to repress. All my whole full personality came back out, bro. In my music, in my guitar. Like since then, I got myself a brand new, beautiful new guitar that I've been playing like crazy. Oh yeah, this is my baby, bro. I've been writing. So it took like my whole life experience, back who I was when I first started, and everything I've learned until then, and made it one thing. Incorporated all of it.
Right.
And so the music that I'm doing now is a combination of all of that. Like, I'm not doing religious music. I'm not religious. I don't think religion, religion can have certain aspects of it that can be positive, but the vast majority of it, from my humble opinion, is incredibly negative. It teaches self-hatred, self-loathing, lies about how God is, about hell, and it's just a lot of it is nonsense. And the positive parts that it has in it, the parts that are attached around it, can put a lot of shackles on your mind and on your life,
For sure.
So that's where I am with my own music. So if I would tell something to someone, so if my message would be, man, take the time and find out who you actually are. All of us are programmed to act and to think certain ways, to behave certain ways. Take the time. Take some time by yourself. Get away from your friends. Get away from the people that influence you. Get away from religion and the media and schooling and programming. Find some time to get by yourself, go internal, and see what's actually there. See who the true you actually is. And you might find that all of us have been acting these certain roles that is not the truest us. So that would be my encouragement to you. And when you find that truest you is where you find the deepest contentment, the deepest peace, the deepest healing, the deepest joy, and the deepest and truest success in this life.
Hey man, that's deep, bro. I like that a lot. I'm gonna ask the most famous question on the show. What is your most useless talent?
My most useless talent. Man, I have no idea, bro. Like, what is a useless talent?
Good question. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I can act like really dorky, but like at a really high level. So like with my kids, like so you know, like being a rapper or being somebody that, you know, puts music videos out or whatever, you're always expected to be cool, right? Like you always have to have this certain persona, like I'm cooler than all that. Like I'm a rapper, so I'm cooler than you, bro, right? So you have to have this kind of persona going on. The beauty about that is, you know, it ain't nobody really like that, right? But with my kids, you don't got to be like that. So I could be the biggest dork. I could be the biggest nerd. All the things, the like quirky parts of you that you might tend to hide from people, I get to show those to my kids. So I guess if I had a talent, it would be being a big old dork.
I like it. Dork Squad. Shout out to Chris Nonsense. Yeah. We got 10 minutes left on this. If you want to keep going, man, we definitely can. I just got to call you back. You know what I'm saying? And but I definitely want to get into what's up with this single that you just sent me.
It's non-released, so you got something exclusive, bro. So right now I have a single that I just released like a week or two ago, and this Monday I released the lyric video because I'm rapping super fast in it. So I released a lyric video to try to capture the energy of it, and it's a pretty intense song in a positive way. So like for me, it makes me feel like skydiving, driving 150 miles an hour down an expressway in the desert with the lights off. And it's a pretty intense song. It's called Masterpiece. I released that Monday, and so I would say you guys can go check that out on Bobby Marz Spotify or on my BobbyMarz.com page. Actually, I would encourage you, if you guys want to keep in tune with what I'm doing, go to BobbyMarz.com. Just join the sign-up sheet. I send newsletters out maybe once a week, and I do kind of teaching videos too, like videos where I just talk about like what I'm talking about with you, about life, about spirituality, about success, you know, about all the things that I've kind of like gained through life. I try to share them with people and try to give back. So you might be going through something that I went through, you know, 20 years ago. I might be able to give you some words to encourage you with that and to kind of help you navigate that. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, go to BobbyMarz.com, join the email list, and usually once a week I'll send you something out.
For sure, man. Let's play that track real quick.
What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Bobby Marz, and you are in tune with It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT. This is my new single. It's unreleased. This is an exclusive that you get into here right now. It's called Scars. Check it out, y'all.
Get into the ring. Look, I got plenty scars, yeah, I know that they're beautiful. My stars on a dark night. I burn on my bridges, now they light in my way, so you know I get a clear sight. Pardon my demeanor, I'ma get a little rowdy, celebrating on the way home. They can have them chains, cause I'm coming for the throne. From the shot of movies on go. Welcome to the party, we gon' get right. Drop out that confetti when we take flight. I don't follow orders, do what I like. We gon' keep it pushing to the daylight, push it to the daylight. Hey, I ain't shy, I'ma let them know. Took some L's, but I never fold. On the squad, that's the day life. Tell the truth from the bright lights. Let it burn, hit the levels though. Cut out ties and just let it go. Feed them more thought of enemies. Action prove what you willing me. I'm burning out as the man at that. I got more matches, so make a move. You should let go of the damages. What you believe will be true to you. I bet it all on myself. You either win or you learn. Truth understood when it's fell. That's how respect will get earned. Shining light in dark places till the truth is naked. They say, man, them nice could gossip what's behind your faces. facing opposition for the lesson till they fall. That's Elohim DNA. Count my blessings, tell them all. Like, I got plenty scars, yeah, I know that they're beautiful. My stars on a dark night. I burn on my bridges, now they light in my way, so you know I get a clear sight. Pardon my demeanor, I'ma get a little rowdy, celebrating on the way home. They can have them chains, cause I'm coming for the throne. From the shot of moves on, go. Welcome to the party, we gon' get right. Drop out that confetti when we take flight. I don't follow orders, do what I like. We gon' keep it pushing to the daylight, push it to the daylight. All my scars on the front, I ain't never turn my back, so I don't gotta front. When that freedom make a man, I lost friends to the truth. Wish them well and let it pass. We gon' push, make a toast to that future, raise a glass. Look, give my love to my rivals, life to show for that drama. I just mind keep grinding. Got my twins, we bonding. We ain't got time for that pettiness. They catching on, I'm a ready lit. I know my style is irregular. I don't fit in, I ain't regular. I keep my anger in check cause I feel it and get what it's saying and telling me. I keep it stepping in, no need to question me, putting in work with authority. Hit a +1 every day and watch it stack. Vision focus steady, right out, wave and let it splash. Like, I got plenty scars, yeah, I know that they're beautiful. My stars on a dark night. I burn on my bridges, now they light in my way, so you know I get a clear sight. Pardon my demeanor, I'ma get a little rowdy, celebrating on the way home. They can have them chains, cause I'm coming for the throne. From the shot of moves on, go. Welcome to the party, we gon' get right. Drop out that confetti when we take flight. I don't follow orders, do what I like. We gon' keep it pushing to the daylight, push it to the daylight, ayy.
So when you're alone, you're walking down the street, there's no music on, say you're in your car or whatever, and the radio's broke. What songs do you got going through your head, if any?
Usually the last song that I was listening to, bro, they get stuck in my head. They get stuck in my head, man. Right now, the last song that was stuck in my head for days, I don't know if you're a big fan of DJ Khaled's new album, but he's got a song on there called Pray. And who is it? It's Travis Scott. And I can't remember the dude doing the hook. That song has been stuck in my head for days. So I sleep with that song playing in my head. Wake up with that song playing in my head. And I'll have to like specifically do something to like cancel it out. Now, what I normally do when I'm riding around, I produce music pretty much every day. Like when we put the kids to bed, I do a track. And so if I'm driving or if I'm somewhere by myself, I'm usually freestyling. So wherever I'm driving to, I guarantee you the track I did the night before is playing off my phone. I usually bounce it down, put it in my phone, play it in my phone, and I'll just freestyle to it. I come up with different flows, different concepts. Like for me, this is a craft, and I'm constantly looking for new flows, new cadences, new things to talk about, new ways to say them, new ways that I can make a track so it's still hip hop, it's still rap, but with a twist.
What's up, everybody? This is Skits Craven. You're watching is Just Music on Signature Series Network.
She fine. Let's get this next track, you know what I'm saying? He only sent in 3, but I'm going to choose to play this one on my own, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know I'm playing it. Finding out now, right? This is one of my favorite tracks by Marz as far as his solo songs go, you know what I'm saying? This is Marz, Bulletproof. Check it. Yo, and I know I got a track with a dude called Marz, but it's not the same Marz, okay? There's Marz with an S and there's Marz with a Z. You know what I'm saying? There's also the Planet Marz. Smoke a blunt, you might go there.
Living like we bulletproof. Last night I heard somebody in my dream whispering. He said flesh and blood is not the power we fighting against. And when I woke, I thought of rope and seeing him again, and how I would've even traded places just to see him win. One bullet, one day, one enemy. The trapper set in front of us to stop what we was meant to be. And I fell for it, and you fell for it, and they falling for it right now, but don't believe me. See what the world believe. They yelling MOB, that's money over everything. Fame over family, fear over respect. We teaching little girls money flowing if you strip. Lord forgive us for all the mothers crying rivers, for corny rappers frontin' spitting lies for lyrics. I hear the word is like looking into a mirror, seeing yourself for the first time, and letting everything fake that's been piling up inside of you die.
That's my shit, for real. I like that song a lot. It's pretty dope. Let's get into some more of this interview.
Crazy, scare you fucking listen to it, the sky turns red.
LB Sickning, SicKKo Entertainment.
I'll give you a 9.
Brother, did you just hear what happened? What? A car flipped over there and there's a baby stuck inside. We gotta save him. Let's save him. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so we're back, man. I had to call him back. You know what I'm saying? The Zoom call ended. It's a little bit of a longer interview. That's okay. Let's start it off with what's that record behind you that I see in the background, man?
I got a platinum album, man. Let me show it to you, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
This is for my contribution to The Matrix. I don't know if you can see it. I got a platinum plaque. You know the movie The Matrix?
Yeah.
So I was in that band Ministry, the industrial metal band I was telling you about, and we had a song on The Matrix, bro. So I got an official platinum plaque, son.
Yeah, that's fucking fresh, dude. I had no clue you were in the movie, dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, your music's in the movie.
The music, yeah.
Right.
You know, but what was crazy is I had got that and I didn't pick it up for years, bro. For years. Like it was at a friend of mine's, the other guitar player's studio, man, like for at least like 5 years. And then I was like, who cares about it? And then one day I was like, nah, that's pretty cool, man, because that's one of my favorite movies. Just happens to be that, you know, we were on the soundtrack as well. So yeah, that's my thing. That's my bragging, right? Like that's my little bragging situation there.
Yeah, I got a song with Lil Flip called "I'm a Sicko" with him and Blaze Hunter, and it's at 22,000 plays. Like I want that Spotify, you know, you get the 100,000 play. I want that. Go play that track.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Right, you know what I mean?
I know, because it does feel good.
Yeah.
You know, I know ultimately it don't mean shit, but it still feels good. It's like, yo, man, I accomplished something. Like I did something, I put my time and effort and energy into this, and it did something.
Right, like I was just published in Mike Shepard's new book. Actually, hold on. Like it feels good. Stuff like this feels good. You know what I'm saying? I was just published in Mike Shepard's new book, Echoes for the Machine, the Rocks TV sessions, and there's a whole interview with me in there. You know what I'm saying?
SicKKo that's what's up.
Right, and then Ninth Wonder magazine actually just covered this show. You know what I'm saying? I say, you know what I'm saying, way too much. But they just covered this whole show. Let me shut this. Right.
That's dope, bro.
Right. Shout out to Ninth Wonder magazine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, stuff like that feels good, man. So I had to definitely ask you about that and find out you're in the Matrix. That's fresh.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So let's get back into some questions, man. What out of all the places that you performed over your career, what is the most favorite place that you performed and your least favorite place? Shit on a venue.
I think one of the best places that I ever. So when I was in Ministry and when we were touring, we did a couple of world tours, and we played a show in Italy in Venice, and it was, bro, it was like magical. It was like some whole other crazy level. Venice is just the most beautiful place, and we're playing like overlooking this beach, and the sun was setting, and like it was crazy. Probably the most intense shows I ever played was with Ministry. The second will be ICP, but it's a different type of intense. I think the ICP fans are probably besides like the Grateful Dead or something. Maybe the Grateful Dead's got more loyal fans or did, but I think that ICP fans are the most loyal, dedicated, like down fans in the history of music. I don't really know anybody to compare them to besides maybe the Grateful Dead.
I've always said, like, when people ask me what is a juggalo, I always say, well, we're kind of like Grateful Dead fans. The only difference is we're violent.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? So you're comparing the two. Yeah, because it's its own ecosystem, you know? I can't really say I've ever disliked the place I played. Like, literally, I don't think I ever had a bad time or disliked it. There's been certain situations, like there was a show when we were playing with ICP where during my set was somewhere in the South, we got shut down. Like they kept telling me, like they were saying all kind of stuff, like you couldn't swear, you couldn't stage dive, like if you say anything provocative, like we're gonna shut it down. It was like somewhere in the Bible Belt. I can't remember exactly where. And obviously, like, they shut me down, like, you know, halfway through the show. They shut me down. They canceled the whole show. It was like pandemonium, man. People got sprayed with pepper spray. You know, it was crazy, but it was still a blast. So I don't think I've ever had a bad show where I thought, like, I didn't like that place. And everywhere I've went, bro, literally everywhere. And I got to travel all through Europe, all through the States. And I've never been to a place where I didn't like the people or where I didn't like the city. I always feel like, but I think I'm kind of naturally a little bit of an optimist. I could always find something I like about it, you know, something I like about those people, something I like about the food, about the venue. Like, I always enjoyed it, man. It's a blessing to get to do it.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I've been trying to do it for 20 years, for sure.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro.
I want to ask you a question, man. Do you got a Dark Lotus cross tattoo?
No. And
have you heard about the Dark Lotus cross tattoo curse?
No, I have not. What's that?
So, Juggalos, call me out if I'm fucking wrong, but every tattoo that I've ever seen of a Dark Lotus cross, anywhere on anybody's body except for their arms, looks okay. But if you get a tattoo of the Lotus cross on your arm right here, it turns out like shit. Find them.
Oh, for real?
Find them. Find me one good tattoo of the Dark Lotus cross that's not fucked up somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah.
But I got a kind of a funny story about this. So I was supposed to get one, and we were on tour, and I believe it was in Wisconsin. And we went, me, Jay, Shaggy, and a couple other people from the crew went to this tattoo shop, and I was supposed to get it. But my hands are already tattooed.
Right.
Right? Like, so they're like, if I remember right, it was supposed to be like on the wrist.
Mine's in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like right here.
Yeah, exactly. So one, I'm already kind of covered there, but I was gonna do it, and they were like, well, just do it above it, right? You know, like find a hole. So we go there, and we're like in the tattoo shop, and I'm talking, and the tattoo artist was a girl, right? So I started talking to her, and you know, we're like, all right, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna get it. They went to eat, right? I ended up talking to this girl and didn't end up getting it, just ended up hooking up with her, right? Spent the rest of the day with her and never ended up getting it. So that's how I didn't get it. Like, she saved me from that curse, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So shout out to her. I don't remember her name, but shout out to her.
Do you have any idea how fucking cool this is to me? I got your shit tattooed on my body, bro. I'm sitting here having the man on my show. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's humbling, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So how do you feel the internet impacted your music business? Do you think that you'd be where you're at without it?
Oh, man, the internet's changed everything. And it's still happening. Like, it's happening. We're in the midst of like a brand new thing, man. It's been happening for years, but now with TikTok and with shorts and with how everything is maneuvering, it's completely a different animal, man. Now you do have, it takes work, right? Like, it takes a lot of work.
A lot.
But everybody has access now. If this is really what you want to do, you can do it, you know? And I think success is important in life, especially if you have a family and kids. If you're just single, you know, like when I was just single and no responsibilities, it don't matter. I just loved art. I just love making music. And whether I made money or not, it wasn't that big of a deal, you know. And I don't know, man. Like, I've never been very much money driven. I probably should have been. Things probably would have worked out a little different, but I just wasn't, right? It just wasn't kind of in my nature. But so now,
You did it because it was your passion, and that's probably why you
yeah,
make
I
good
did
music,
it for
man.
the love of it. You know, I did it for the love of it. Not, I didn't do it where I thought like, oh, how do I make something to get an audience to buy it? I never thought that, bro. I always just thought like, all right, what am I going through? What am I feeling? Like, what do I want to make out of this? And then it would just kind of come out and spill out and do its thing. And which is fine. And I ain't clowning on people. You know, some people do it. Some people are more interested in the financial aspect of it. That's how they're made. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I think a lot of times I did in the past, I would like kind of shame that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's, if that's what you want, do your thing. You know what I mean? And I'm probably somewhere in the middle right now where I do my passion and I still do my music, what I want to do. But at the same time, I have a family and I have responsibilities, and I see the benefits of having financial security, having financial success, creating something that could outlast you, you know? So I see the benefits in both of those things. And I think right now, more than ever, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to do the learning curve that it needs to make that happen, you could do it. You know, anybody could do it now, man. The labels, you needed the label for everything before, bro. I remember, so I was signed, one of the record deals I had was with Geffen Interscope Records. I was signed by the singer from Korn, right? And
Jonathan
at the
Davis?
time, yeah, Jonathan Davis. And shout out to John, like that's still my homie. And at the time, I didn't, you know, I had a lawyer. I didn't read the whole contract. I didn't read every single thing. I just wasn't that dude. I was more the artist guy. Like I was more like, put me in the studio. Like, let me just go bananas in the studio and see what I could create. I wasn't the guy that was just like, you know, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock, I'm just going to read all my business. I'm going to look at all my contracts. And I just wasn't that dude. I didn't have that knowledge. I didn't have that education. So anyway, in hindsight, it was before the pandemic. So before last year, random person hits me up on the internet. They're like, yo, I work in the music industry and I have all your masters from when you were with Jonathan. They're in my garage. Like, can I send them to you? And I was like, yeah, send them to me, man. So dude sends them to me. Shout out to that dude, man, because I told him, I'm like, I'll pay you for it, like whatever. He sent them on his own money. You know, he was like, I know what it's like to be an artist, and I know how hard you must have worked on this. I just want to give it back to you. So I got all my masters back. So I thought, man, I wonder if my contract expired. So I hit up the label, which now Universal owns all of that, Geffen Interscope, right? It's under the umbrella of Universal. They sent me my contract. So for the first time in my life, bro, I sat here. It was a different couch, and I read every page, and I thought, holy shit. This is legal slavery. They own everything. Everything. If you don't understand the business part of the music business, you will be a slave. It's happening right now. They will own the way you look, the way you sound, your logo, all your music, right? All your publishing, all your mechanicals. They will, if you don't understand those things, all of that will get taken by somebody that does understand those things. So if you're an aspiring artist or producer, or you're trying to get into the industry, man, a huge part of it is you better take some time. And now with the internet, with YouTube and with other forums, you can learn these things, but you better learn the music business, because there will be somebody in that picture as soon as you start making money that is going to strip all that from you if you're not paying attention and you don't know what you're signing.
For sure, 100%. That's why I started SicKKo. You know what I'm saying, all day. Out of all the music that you made, what is your favorite song to perform?
I like performing all the heavy stuff. So I like the slower songs. Not really, though. Like, I'm not, you know, I do write some slower songs, and I really got to be in the mood for calm and slow stuff, man. Normally, I love super intense stuff, and especially if we're performing. Like, when I would do my set list, it would just be like, you come out banging, you bang for like 5 songs, slow it down a little bit, come back out and just bang out the rest of the songs. Because I just felt like, I don't know, for me, I love that energy. I love that excitement. I've always fed off of that type of energy. Now, at the same time, I know that when you're doing a performance, you got to give people some time to breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love the high energy stuff.
Got to give yourself some time to breathe too.
Yeah, true that.
What famous musicians do you admire? Name a few.
Who do I admire? I love, there's producers that I admire. You know, like I already mentioned before, Kanye West. You know, I don't know if there's, I think I'm past the age where, like before, when I was like a super geeky fan of Tupac, or I was even a geeky fan of 50 Cent at one point. I think I'm past that, and I'm more to the place where right now I respect people that are being themselves. So somebody, like I've never been a big Drake fan, right? And I remember I used to hate Drake. I don't hate Drake anymore. I don't hate nobody. But man, I used to not be able to stand him because I thought he was so weak and like fruity and like there was so much of it that kind of like irked me.
Word.
But in hindsight now, I saw this interview not too long ago where Lil Wayne gave Drake, I think, the best advice ever. And I think Drake took it, and I got mad respect for him for taking it. Is he told him, hey man, don't try to become me. And don't become one of these gangster dudes. You be yourself. And I think, and then I realized like, oh shit, Drake was just being him. And it wasn't for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was hating on it when that man was never speaking to me. He was speaking to women and to other people that resonated with that content. And he had the balls and he had the wisdom and he had the courage to not sway from that. That type of stuff I respect, right? Yeah. So more than like, oh, I really love this artist and how they rap and their style of music, I'm more now, at this point in my life, I'm a respecter of character. So when I see an artist, an actor, you know, a philosopher, or whoever, an author, I respect when I'm like, man, this person's energy just feels really genuine to me. Like they're not trying to be like somebody else. They're not trying to fit in. They're just being themselves. And whatever comes, it comes, and they're still cool with it. I think that to me is very admirable, and that's what I hope to emulate. And that's what I'm still learning to emulate.
What's the most trouble you've ever gotten into? And you could take that question any way you want, financially, with the police, with your mama, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I've been in a lot of trouble. Financially, I owed altogether about $100,000 to the IRS.
Damn.
I did a song with this producer for a Kia Soul commercial, right? It was called, the chorus is like front, back, side to side. It goes front, back, side to side. It was when I was coming out of gangster music and trying to just like do like pop music. And I got asked for a song that doesn't mean anything, right? So if you want publishing, like placements and commercials and TV shows, a lot of times you got to write songs that could mean nothing or can mean a bunch of stuff depending on who's listening to it, right? So anyway, so I was like, all right, I'll try to write the song. And what I came up with was that front, back, side to side. And I had got the beat from a producer and I purchased it exclusively, right? I don't know if you know what that means.
Yeah.
You can lease beats. If you lease a beat, other people can lease it too and you don't own it. If you purchase it exclusively, you own it. You pay for that beat and you own it. Well, I purchased it exclusively, did that song, it got on the Kia Soul commercial and it blew up, bro. You guys can still see it. I'm sure if you look up Marz, Kia Soul, front, back, side to side.
Sorry.
That producer sued me. When he found out that he lied, basically. He found out it was on a Kia Soul commercial, so he wanted more money. So he hit me back up and he's like, man, hey, I saw you, you got that song on a Soul commercial, blah, blah, blah. You should have bought that off me exclusively. And I'm like, bro, both of us know I already did that. I'm like, you know I did that, man. I got a receipt from you. Like, that's my beat. Like, you sold it to me. It's my beat. He's like, oh, I forgot about that. Okay, my bad, dog. The next day, his manager hits me up. And he's like, hey, I found out you got this beat. You didn't purchase it exclusively. I'm like, hey, man, you're both lying. Here's a copy of the receipt. Like, I purchased this beat, right? And he's like, okay, I'll look into it. Bro, like a couple of days later, they hit me with a $300,000 lawsuit.
Wow.
Had a crazy aggressive lawyer, right? Now, this is, again, where if you're not prepared for the music business, you know, there's people like that,
Right.
you know? And I'm going to tell you a crazy thing. So at the time, I was living a lifestyle that was kind of crazy. And I know people that professionally make money to dispose of people, you know? And one of them, like, dude is no joke. Then I remember talking to him right when this was happening. And I was already like, I was trying to clean my life up, and I was trying to like understand what God is and have some moral compass, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I was kind of all over the place as far as my morality. And so my guy calls me, like, how you been? Like, what's happening? I'm like, yo, man, this dude is suing me for $300,000. The company that I was working with at the time, it's ruining our relationship, right? Because they don't, if you get sued for something like that, other companies just look at it and they're just like, oh, you stole a song. They're not asking for the details. They don't want to know about your character. Just like, you stole a song. We don't want to work with you. You follow me?
Right.
So my guy hits me up and he's like, what's happening? I'm like, dude, there's producers in LA. My guy's in LA. I'm like, he's in LA. Dude's lying. He's saying I stole this beat. You know, I got paperwork, but they're suing me anyway. My guy's like, say no more. What's his name? I got you, bro. He's like, I guarantee you, like, whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it. And I thought about it, and I was like, nah, you know what? And that was a pivotal turning point in my life, bro. Like this decision. Right. I thought, nah, I'm going to let life get him back. I'm going to let God handle this. Like, I don't want that. I don't want any more negative karma on me.
Right.
You know, like, let him slide, you know? And he was like, you sure? I'll do it for free, you know? And I was like, nah, let it happen, you know? And so that was one of the biggest pains in my ass as far as business is concerned. And then as far as personal life, man, bro, I've gotten myself into so much trouble, my brother. I've done so many things in my life where I look back and I was like, why the fuck did I do that?
The same here.
You know what I'm saying? And what I learned, and actually, bro, right before we did this, I just recorded one of the videos that I was telling you about that I do weekly, right? And the title, I think what I'm going to call it is How Religion Misdiagnoses Sin, right? Religion is always like, you're a sinner, they're sinners. They completely misdiagnose it. And what I talked about in the video is our programming, right? So we have programming from our DNA, and we have environmental programming, who your family was, you know, was religion involved, who your social structure was, and we're programmed, man. And then the vast majority of the time, we are walking zombies running on that program, and we think it's us, but it's not. It's just this conditioning that we've experienced through life coming up, right? And so I feel like at that time, I had started seeing it and wanted to do something different. Instead of being reactive and instead of going for my programming, I started waking up from it. And some people, you know, would call that enlightenment. Enlightenment, or realizing the Christ in you, realizing the divinity in you, is when you see there's a part of you that can, you know what, it's the part that we just talked about. So imagine I do something, I snap, right? I snap on someone, do something that I regret. But then there's a part of me that's like, why did you do that? But that part of you that's questioning the action is a more truer you. Sure. And that part of us is the part we have to make conscious. It's a part that overcomes the programming. It's the observer. It's the part that the more you become conscious it exists, the more you could start pulling things out of your life and stop being a zombie to the programming that we received as children and as adults.
The more bad you do, the less you hear that voice too, for sure.
Yeah, it could get drowned out. But it never goes away. You never lose it.
Right.
You can never lose the truest part of yourself, man. We could get so lost. We could get lost in drugs and violence and sex and all type of the crazy shit this life has to offer. But that truest you, that divine part of you, never gets lost. The voice might get quieter, and you might have to take some time away. You might have to isolate yourself from those energies that help drown that voice out, but that voice is always there, kind of pulling you forward, like, come on, like, come up higher, you know, come up to the next level. This is no longer serving you.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
I think that what I just shared, like, you are not your actions. You are not who you think you are. You're actually so much greater, so much truer, so much purer than this life has deceived us into believing. And the sooner you can start getting a glimpse of that, the sooner this whole life starts to change. The sooner the external changes, which is another kind of like, I don't want to say magic trick, but it's another really mind-blowing thing about life. So I'll give you an example. Let's say when I have a lot of hostility within myself, right? It's internal, it reflects in the external world. So when I'm aggressive internally and I have all these enemies internally, all of a sudden I have all these aggressions externally and enemies coming at me externally. The sooner you go internal and you take care of that enemy that's inside, the pain, the suffering, the trauma, whatever it may be, the hurt, right? The broken childhood, whatever it may be, the sooner the external world starts reflecting that. So you take care of the enemies that are in here, and all of a sudden, you don't really have as many enemies externally. It's bizarre how it works, but I've seen it work in my life over the last couple of decades, you know? So I would say that, like, if you got a lot of enemies in your life right now, like whoever might be listening to this, or you're like, oh man, these people are always drama. I would say, cool, that might be true, but maybe take some time and see what you're doing to allow that in your life, or what you're doing to actually create that in your life. Because in a very true sense, our thoughts, our emotions, our internal life creates the reality we experience. So the sooner we get that, the sooner we can start dealing with what's in here and changing the external reality as well.
Marz, I really appreciate your interview, man. Thank you for getting on It's Just Music. Go ahead and tell everybody what's next for you.
Man, I have so much music. I have so many things coming out. My newest single is called Masterpiece. You can check it out right now. Go to BobbyMarz.com, sign up for the email list, or go to Spotify or iTunes, wherever you listen to music. Check it out. I have a song that I share with you, my brother, that isn't released, so I don't know if you're going to end up putting it somewhere on here.
Yeah,
it's called Scars.
It'd definitely be played for sure.
Awesome. It's called Scars. Check it out. What I'm going to be doing in the weeks and months to come, weekly, I got a newsletter. If you resonate to this conversation, sign up, join the email list, man. You ain't got to do nothing. It don't cost you nothing. It's stuff every week that I send out to strengthen and encourage. And I call it the all-in club, right? No matter what you're doing, go all in. All in. Like, you want to be a rapper, go all in. Stop bullshitting. Stop half-stepping. You want to be a good father. You want to be a good mom. You want to be a good brother or son. Whatever it is you want to do, I encourage us. I push you and myself. Quit bullshitting. Go all in. Jump all in. Whatever. We're gonna die anyway, right? That's the whole saying of the All In Club is memento mori. It's a Latin word for a Greek philosophy that means, hey, bro, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. One day is gonna be the last day of your life. One day, everyone that knows you and remembers you will also be dead. Stop fucking around. Do something. Use this life. Find what that thing is, that passion, that calling that you have, that everybody has, right? It doesn't mean you got to be famous or you got to do something, you know what I mean? You ain't got to do that. You just got to be yourself. Find what that is and go for that thing. And that is where the biggest blessing and the biggest adventure of this life is. And so the All In Club, Memento Mori, that's my club. That's what I encourage everybody to do during the emails and during my videos. Also with that, I'm releasing music constantly. I have hundreds of songs that I'll be releasing in the next weeks and years, and kind of meshing those together so the music has the energy, right? And I might not be so literal in the music. Sometimes I might, but sometimes it's just I try to capture the energy that if you listen to that energy, it gives you that same type of lift. It gives you that same type of encouragement that whether you're having the best day of your life or whether you're having the shittiest day of your life, it's going to make it better and help lift you up and move you forward, because there's far greater things ahead than any we leave behind, you know?
Hey, man. Once again, man, I appreciate you, man. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, sir, man.
That's why I stick to my own devices. Was told that my soul is priceless. So cold that I sold it twice. Always take the time to consider it. Mostly kinda considerate. Hit him with lines at times you might define as illiterate. And that's the type of shit I've come to expect. Just give me love and respect and hit him with sicko till there's none of them left.
With all this time we put in, just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give. Just wanna be somebody. Through all the sweat.
I'm gonna end it with the track, you know what I'm saying? With me and Blaze Hunter. I always close the show. Y'all know this. If you've made it this far in the show, more than likely you've seen the show before, hopefully. Hopefully there's a lot of new of you, though. You know, whatever. What's up? But check it out, man. This is me and Blaze Hunter. Check it out, man. This is me and Blaze Hunter. My life. Animated cartoon video. Hit me up if you want cartoons. Hit me up if you want to get on the show. You know what I'm saying? You got some dope music.
One time for the bad time, motherfucker. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. For 22 years I've been working on this rap shit, a gift and a curse. Today I'm feeling the worst. I spent 22 hours on this song and this video for 22 likes. I go hard, they don't hear me though. I've tried other jobs, I've worked other gigs, but it never works out and I got 5 little kids. I feel like I'm a failure, my son even laughs. I'm not his favorite rapper and he said my song is trash. I just wanna get high, my bills are stacked to the sky. In my soul there's this feeling and I just wanna die. Tell me why does it hurt like this? All the time I spend on it, birthdays that I've missed. My family thinks all I care about is music shit. Little do they know this for them and I won't never quit. I can't, generational wealth. I make these songs for you that collects dust on the shelf. On the shelf, on the shelf, on the shelf. I can't, generational wealth. I make these songs for you that collect dust on the shelf. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life, my life.
It's been about 20 years since I wrote my first rhyme. Song was called Mrs. Hollywood. It changed my whole life. I was in it for the fame, only cared to get my bread up. Until I was asked to write a song called Keep Your Head Up. Paula was in a coma, then Paula heard the song. Then Paula woke up and said them lyrics made her strong. From that point on, I knew God gave me a miracle. To touch and inspire these lives with something lyrical. Booth after booth, session after session. Big stages, big crowds, man, my life was a blessing. But I was constantly stressing the fact that I'm still broke. Rappers getting deals before me when their rhymes are jokes. Sunfest opened up an Ellie, Bayfront opened up a trick. Worked with Slip and Slide, Def Jam, and still ain't got a hit. Did the dub tour with Luda across the United States. And Opus dope tour in Europe with Mario, it was great. But still, I was feeling like I was wasting my life. I ain't getting any younger, believing I missed my time. I'd be lying if I ain't say I had some of those days where I wanna drop the mic, grab a bottle, and just say I'm
wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life. Wasted my life, I wasted my life. This is one of those days where I feel like I wasted my life. My life, my life, my life.
That shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny it. And fuck you to the haters. Yo, Marz, man, I appreciate you getting on the show, bro. It was really cool to have you on. Like, it was literally a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shit was dope as fuck, for real. I hope you enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? LB Sickning, making another video for my sickos. And I'm out, yo. Whoa, whoa. Yo, make sure you go get the magazine, yo. Ninth Wonder magazine, yo.
Yo, what up? It's Jerry Robinson with Strange Music.
What's the whoopty wow?
Got Missouri, man.
Yo, this is Scum here with Lyrical Snuff Productions out in Denver, Colorado.
It's 6 digits.
Man, you already know what it is, man. This is the boy Blaze Hunter Ninth. Run it back.
This is C-Lin.
Hey, Web, and
that's a hell of a drop.
I'm sitting here doing a show with my partner on Signature Series Network.
You watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
What up, y'all? This is MC Snack.
from Kamikaze. Shout out to SicKKo ENT and Signature Series.
This is One Man Crew.
This is Candy the Clown, also known as Serenity Gemini.
It's your boy Cognito. You're watching It's Just Music.
You're watching It's Just Music on the Signature Series Network.
It's Just Music.
This is It's Just Music, hosted by the homie, the Juggalo King, LB Sickning.
It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
And I'm kicking it with LB on Signature Cigarettes. I can't even do it. SicKKo, motherfucker. Holla at your boy.
Got to taste the success, I'm feeling all your love. Hey, pour the bottle, homie, I'ma feel great. She wanna ride it on the saddle, homie, I'ma feel great. They met me from the same place, they in the same place. Got a smile on my face, cause homie, I feel great.
Big mug full of coffee, homie, I'ma feel great. Mr. I feel good, 2020 Bill Gates. Shout out to the struggle, when I spit these balls, I see your fate. I need the bag, I just wanna dance, shout it, that's a date. Blaze Hunter, Ninth Wonder, from the 5-6-6. SicKKo ENT to put another beat up on my plate. Ooh, I got to heat it up, apply the sauce and then eat it up. I'm kinda awesome, I gotta floss it and I'm a boss at a reader, bruh. Yeah, I can't be defeated, bruh. Try your get deleted, bruh. It's the fact that anything you can do, I can do better, believe it, bruh. Yeah, I feel great, can't you tell by my stripes? It ain't no debate, I mean you see them flashing lights on me. I praise the Lord that he don't let it get to my head. I thank the Lord that he done got me to the bread. In this game, I'm the truth like them letters and bread. Sit like I done ran up out my bed, too big.
Pour the bottle, homie,